So if you've been on a cruise lately, you may have noticed that there are a lot of changes. In fact, today I'm going to talk to you about top 3 most recent and hated changes that may affect your next cruise vacation. Cruising is my favorite way to vacation. Ever since my parents took me on my first cruise over 20 years ago, I've been in love. I've sailed on many ships to many different destinations, and I find it to be my favorite way to vacation. Cruising always provided an amazing, all-inclusive package that just could not be beat. Whether you're into food, relaxation, entertainment, adventure, and so on, cruising always featured the best of everything. It's what drew me into cruising at first. Regular vacation or even all-inclusive resorts could never beat a cruise when it comes to value and having the entire whole package. Unfortunately, recently, changes to the cruising industry started to affect the bottom line for a lot of cruisers. Can you really say that going on a cruise without buying all of the extras nowadays still provides the same value it used to? I think clearly the answer to that is no. So let's talk about the top 3 most hated changes that have a lot of loyal cruisers very upset. First and foremost, the decrease in food quality and menu choices in the complimentary options on your cruise ships. Main dining room menus have been dramatically reduced and simplified. The quality of the food in the main dining rooms is no longer exceptional or out of this world. It used to be amazing. Let me not talk about the good old days, but back in the good old days, I used to be excited to go to the main dining room for dinner. That's no longer the case. I mean, the food isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but it's just average. It's like 6 out of 10 if you're a foodie, and maybe a 7 out of 10 if you aren't very picky. On top of that, the recent changes brought in extra charges if you want more than one lobster tail, for example, which by the way is served only one time during your entire cruise in the main dining room, the last formal night usually. They also really load up that particular menu, so usually all of the best stuff is served that day, and it's usually only that day, so beef Wellingtons, lobsters, and so on. Before, you used to order as many main dishes as you want, but now if you want another lobster, for example, there will be an extra charge. Now I get it, lobster tails cost a lot of money, and some people, order 10 of them. Sure, but my suggestion would be maybe to add a charge after the second lobster tail, which will allow people to order another one if they wanted to, but it's not like they're very big anyways, and that way if people wanted to order a third, a fourth, or a fifth, then they could pay the extra charges. Buffet is another issue when it comes to food. Dinner service has been significantly reduced in the buffets. You will very much notice this on your next cruise. Since there's a big push towards paid venues, it seems that the buffet has less and less choices. I wish you would have seen the buffets back in the day. Please comment down below and tell me your own experiences, but I remember, for example, the Caribe Cafe on Princess Cruises. Those buffets used to have piles of unlimited lobster tails sitting in trays right in the buffet, and you used to be able to order and just get as much as you want. I know it's not realistic, but I really wish I had the footage to compare it and show you. There's a very big difference with the way the buffets used to be to where they are now. And because of the push to the paid venues, the buffet choices are being cut more and more and more, and nowadays there's really not that many choices when you go for dinner at the buffets. Maybe like breakfast and lunch aren't a bad option, but at dinner the buffets become really kind of scarce. It's really not good. Number 2, cruise prices are increasing while the complimentary services are decreasing. It seems to be the trend with a lot of cruise lines now as they struggle to navigate this post-COVID era. It seems that there are tons of complaints when it comes to food, as we'll outline above, as well as entertainment and other services that all try to upcharge you. All of the extra charges really make it feel like an airline experience. A lot less of an all-inclusive package the cruises used to offer. Whether you want to eat the better food, have better drinks, enjoy the best parts of the ship, have your choice of seats at the entertainment venues, be able to board the ship first, and so on. All of these choices will cost you extra nowadays. which once again makes the cruise less of a value for someone who is looking for a great all-inclusive vacation. It used to be a no-brainer when comparing to an all-inclusive resort or maybe your other options, but nowadays with all of the upcharges, it's no longer that easy of a choice. Number 3, all of this creates a class system on the ships, paywalling best food, entertainment, and experience behind the most expensive rooms on a cruise really takes away from most of the people who are on that cruise. 10% of the people who are on the ship will enjoy what cruising used to be like, while the other 90% will enjoy a reduced experience. This also creates tension between the guests who can clearly see and feel that division. You may not believe me or maybe not notice it, but just walk by a gate that says no access beyond this point unless you're a suite guest. Or go into a restaurant that will refuse you because you don't have an appropriate room. Or try to walk into an entertainment venue early to pick the best seat. You will feel that class difference right away. It's clear as day, and it's very much created in order to upcharge and take money from those who are willing to pay more. You should not take away value from everyone in order to create it for a few. I understand the economics and realize prices go up. Things cost a lot more now than they used to back in the day, but best food, entertainment, and experience should be available to anyone on the cruise if at least they're willing to pay. It does not matter or should not matter what room they booked. Paywalling best experiences, best food, and etc. on a cruise really creates a mediocre experience for 90 people while making a good experience for the 10 that pay for it. Now, of course, this is my own personal opinion. I know that this is a heated debate. There are tons of people that feel one way or the other, and to be honest with you, there is no right choice. That's kind of why the debate is happening. There are basically values and good points on both sides. As always, I would love to hear your opinion down below. Let me know what you think about this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.